Hello everyone, it's Tagiris here, and I'm back with another episode. So here we are in the dockyards that we finished last time, but we're going to be moving on to a new project. So I've gone ahead and built my own little tiny airship here, and what we're going to do is I have all of these resources I've gathered for this massive project I'm going to be starting, and we're going to load it up in this airship here. And we're going to go ahead and fly this to our new project area. And that's going to be all the way at the world spawn for this server. So nothing's really been done with that. It's got I'm going to need a lot of TLC, but I'm hoping to make something that looks amazing for if people start playing on the server again with the new update coming out. So let's get going. And we have now arrived at our destination. So this is the world spawn for the server. So it's a huge desert, kind of bordering on a savanna over there. And there's not really anything built here at this point. There's just a little starter house that was built over there. And then this obelisk here that marks 00, which is world spawn. So the reason why I like this area so much, and if I just grab an elytra here quickly, and show you guys what I mean, is just the kind of layout of the area here. So I fly up here. Yeah, so it's a pretty bog standard kind of desert. It's a little hilly, which is nice, but my favorite part is that there's these rivers that snake around this area all over the place. And it reminds me kind of almost like the Nile kind of style with the like desert floodplains. And I feel this would be a great kind of area to build more extensive farming area, because like I was speaking about how on my island, the snowy Nordic one, it makes sense for them to be importing food. So I figured this would be a great idea of an area that would be producing an excess amount of food for export. So what we're going to be probably doing here is we're going to be flattening out a bunch of this area and adding tons of crop fields, natural kind of ancient style irrigation systems. And what I'd love to do as well here, if we come in for a landing here, is I would love to replace both this nether portal here and this obelisk with a proper pyramid. Almost, it's not going to be in the correct theme, but it's going to be almost more like a Aztec style pyramid, or like a ziggurat with like the stepped kind of zigzag pattern, with the portal on the very top at 00, which should link out properly. And the other thing I would like to move somewhere at least is there's this map that one of the other server members has created of the whole area. So this is where we are right now here at spawn. And then all the way down here is the island that we were working on previously. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to cut the video and just put some dirt paths in. Nothing too fancy, but yeah, I just want to help define where the areas are, and I'll yeah, come back when that's done. We're back, and everything here is looking significantly more verdant. So I've gone ahead and added these little patches of grass here with the podzol as a transition, just so the grass won't spread onto the path proper here. In the future, I'm probably going to be making the paths out of coarse dirt entirely, just because there's not that much visual difference between the two here, and then I don't have to worry about grass spread. I've also gone ahead and put some oak leaves, some grass, and some bamboo with string on top so it doesn't grow too high, just to create a couple more differences in height to make it look slightly more interesting. It's kind of a gross browny green color, but it is still a nice pop of color here that helps out this area. So now we're going to move on to building the first house here. And we're going to build it in this little corner here, just because I like this spot just as a small example home. This will also be really great for a starter home on your own world. And because I like the view here of the river that we're probably going to be working on later. Probably not this episode, but at some point. So for the desert house, little desert house here, we're going to be using some resources that are just super easy to get. And yeah, so we're going to be using just sandstone, and cut sandstone. And yeah, it should all be pretty easy to get. Spruce for the roofs. That's going to be a little harder for you to get. And then some spruce buttons, spruce gates, some carpet and some oak trapdoors, just to add a little bit more interest and detail. The one thing I just realized I don't have on me here is, where's my smooth sandstone? I want to make some smooth sandstone stairs, just for, try to say that quickly, smooth sandstone stair. All right, just want to make a couple of them just to work as the entrance to the house here, because I like to put a stair over top of the doorway just so it's not as harsh of a transition into the house as a full block would be. Okay, so I think I just threw it on the floor over there. Oh well, whatever. Is what it is. So for this house, we're going to do a basic kind of entranceway, and it's going to be an odd number of blocks, of course, because that's the best way to center a doorway. And we're going to do a little 5x5 here, and then we're going to conjoin to it a 5x7. So boom, boom. Okay, so there we go. Go ahead and bring that one down by 1. And then we're going to raise these up using, actually, no, I'm going to make these match. It's going to bother me otherwise. We'll just use the cut sandstone down here, I think. Yeah. So, cut sandstone. There we go. Okay. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to raise these up by 3. So there we go. And yeah. So next we're going to place the doorway here, which I think is going to be, actually it's going to be right here, isn't it? That would be the center. So yeah, put the doorway there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the walls, which we're going to do something really weird here and make the walls out of sand. Makes it a little difficult to work with, but it's actually not too bad, as long as you make sure to add the details as you go. So we're going to go ahead and add our... Whoop. Actually, that's not going to be a full block anyway. What am I doing? I'm all over the place. I want smooth sandstone slabs. There we go. So those are going to be in every other spot here, just to create kind of a rooftop crenellation. Go. Then for our windows, we're going to have 2 here. We're going to have 2 here on the front and 2 here on the back. So we're going to fill this one up. Go, and we're going to fill this up, that up, and there we go. So from there, we then want to go like this for our 2 windows, and yeah, that's mostly the house already taking shape. Let's go ahead and sleep quickly. Okay, done sleeping. And yeah, so we're just going ahead and put the windows in here. So we want to put bottom top, bottom top, bottom top, bottom top. Oh. But the important one is for these back ones, or not important, but a little detail I want to add is these back ones, I'm going to make it look like the windows are open. And I'm going to just attach the trapdoors instead to the sides. So it looks like they like kind of rotate open on a pivot almost. So yeah, so they have their back windows here open. That's all that done. So we're going to go ahead and add the roof, which is just going to be made out of spruce trapdoors. Because I want it to be distinct as a roof, but I want it also to be lower than these. Actually, go add one of those in, just so I have a bit more definition. But I want it to be lower than these kind of half slab crenellations, but I still want it to be not spawnable, and I still want to have as much interior verticality as I can. So this gives me a full 3-block interior, but the roof is still non-spawnable, and then you don't have to worry about seeing the spruce slabs up top there, which is a nice touch. All right, so this is really coming together here. Go ahead and grab us a door, and there, yeah, it's technically a house now. So this still looks, to be honest, not amazing. Actually, come to think about it, I want to move this window. All right, making up as I go along. Okay, so let's go ahead and move the window to here, I think, instead. There we go, because then we have a nice nook if you want to put something in there. Oh, it's going to be opening other way from the interior. Bottom top. Filled out with sand. Okay, so that gives us a nicer corner there then. So this looks pretty boring because it's just sand on sand with the outdoors made of sand. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put in these spruce fence gates, just here and here, and then I'm going to open them. And what this will do is, yeah, it'll look like they're attaching to this wall here, but it looks like a nice awning kind of, which will give us a pop of color and help break up these like flat sand areas. And as the cyan was the color scheme of the other area, I'm going to go with orange and white for this area. Actually, I want to put one. Oh, that's not what I selected at all. Okay, there we go. Need one in the middle. How do I keep selecting the wrong block? Okay. There we go. All right. White and the orange. So there we go. So we got a nice little awning. And yeah, so the other way we can break up the exterior here as well is by adding some flower beds. And those are just going to be done again with the spruce trapdoors here. Just gonna build the outline here because I don't have any dirt on me at the current moment. So we go, put them there. Put a nice big one here. Oh. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's bring this into the corner here. Just so it's centered around the window. Yeah, that looks good. So let's go ahead and get some grass, and this thing's pretty much going to be done on the outside. Ooh, actually, while I'm here, I'm also going to grab some leaves. That seems like a good choice as well. Just got some leaves. What else here? Do my shopping here. Oh, vines. That would be another great choice. So some vines. I got the buttons already. And what else do I want? I think just some grass and we'll be good. Oop. So there we go. All right. Back to it here. So some grass there. Grass there. We'll add some flowers later on. Add some leaves over here. Because just because we're in a desert here doesn't mean we need to have it be completely barren. Adding a little bit of foliage here is not going to go amiss. Okay, there we go. Then maybe we'll just add some vines just to help transition the leaves into the building here. Maybe not there. I can put them there as well. Excellent. And we'll just see how those grow naturally. The last little detail I want to add is I'm going to take a couple of these buttons and put them just on the corners here. Just pop a color. And kind of help define where the roof is. It's kind of like, if you've ever seen them, those like, I want to say Adobe style houses, where they have like the wooden kind of plugs at the top that hold up the roof. Or at least I think that's what they're for. I'm not super into that architectural style. But, yeah, so that's a little, cute looking house. As for the interior, I'm just going to probably go ahead and just get this cleared up off camera, because, it's a lot of stuff. Well, with the details, this house, pretties up pretty nicely. It's, all pretty simple, all said and done. I've just added some flowers to the flower box and, you know, some other various stuff, but on the interior here, yeah, it's actually pretty functional and would work for a starter house. So I have my basic kind of kitchen setup I have here of the cauldron, a smoker, and a crafting table with a little banner here to act as a tea towel. And in the corner here, we got a chest, a little planter, and then with this banner acting as a room divider, we have the bedroom in here, which 2 more chests, and since that's a trapdoor up there, this top chest actually still opens, which is nice. Double bed, more storage behind the bed with barrels, and I didn't know what else to put here, so I just kind of tucked a loom. If you want, actually, what you could do is remove the loom, put a trapdoor, and have like a basement below, if you want some additional crafting and storage space. But yeah, with just some spruce, some sand, and sand derivatives like the sandstone, cut sandstone, and whatnot, yeah, this would actually be a totally viable starter house if you're just starting out in a world and you were near a desert. I mean, the difficulty is getting, I guess, the spruce and the sand. But you could swap this out for oak, except for the roof. I don't know. Maybe birch. It's hard to say. But anyway, so that's going to be pretty much it for the episode today. But I will have one little additional teaser here. Oh, actually, I forgot. I also just piled some barrels and boxes and stuff behind the house here just to add a little bit more interest, and a little ladder for roof access that also serves to stop the vines from overgrowing the whole thing. But, yeah. So anyway, back on topic. So I've actually gone ahead here and added a little project board, which I feel actually kind of fit the space here. I kind of almost think this would be like a request board for adventurers who are arriving, or something like that. Because I'm actually maybe thinking of expanding the docks like along the river here, or maybe on the other side. I don't know. Having the airship's dock above the river actually kind of makes a bit of sense, because it's like a natural canyon. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. So, this is our project board. So, the next ones I'm probably going to be looking into here are additional small homes, the mob-proofing the plateau, which is important because I literally was just killed by an Enderman when we started this clip. So, that's going to be a relevant thing to do. And the bazaar that's going to be taking up this middle section here. So I was kind of scratching my head for the longest time about how to mob-proof, and I think I came up with a great idea. It's because it's a plateau, what I can actually just do here is just dig that down by 1 and then put in smooth sandstone slabs around the whole perimeter. And that should make it impossible for zombies and whatnot to jump up. Spiders, they'll still be a problem, but it is what it is. But anyway, I will leave it there for now. And, yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode.